worse.
Well, that kind of goes in with our next story, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should get into that.
So I will add one more thing, though. I think Patreon's worse because they know what they're doing. They choose to do it. But that brings us to the next story. Artificial intelligence will do what we ask, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Do you want to, I mean, this was you want to,
Yeah, that's what I'd say. By teaching machines to understand our true desires, one scientist hopes to avoid the potentially disastrous consequence of having them do what we command. So like a literal command, like make me a sandwich, and the robot tries to turn you into a sandwich, you know, or like a werewolf bar or whatever that is.
Yeah.
But it's the danger of having artificial intelligent machines do our bidding is that we might not be careful enough about what we wish for. The lines of code that animate these machines will inevitably lack nuance, forget to spell out the caveats, and end up giving AI systems goals and incentives that don't align with our true preferences. And that is scary.
I have real world proof.
Do you?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I love this story. That's why I love this subject. You see, once upon a time, YouTube, back in 2013, I had a meeting, and they said to me, we want to be Netflix.
Oh.
Yes. And they're trying to become that. They're trying to be bigger than HBO and Netflix.
Yeah.
I said, they said something like, our competition isn't Facebook or something like that. It's Netflix. And I was like, why do you think that? And they were right. When Netflix Digital came up, people stopped watching YouTube and started watching premium content
shows
on Netflix.
Yeah.
So here's what ends up happening. YouTube tried doing YouTube originals. Let's pay creators like PewDiePie and MatPat to make shows.
Okay.
Kind of worked. Not what they wanted.
Didn't they have like a YouTube TV thing going on for a little?
Yes.
Is that?
I think they still do.
Okay.
So here's what ends up happening, though.
Yeah.
The other idea they had was, how can we turn YouTube into Netflix? I got it. Algorithmic manipulation.
That's here. They talk about this right here, actually.
Wait. So let me tell the story,
Yeah,
and
go
then,
ahead.
and then
Let's hear
we'll
it.
see how it fits, because it gets crazy.
Okay.
So YouTube did something interesting. They said, we want to prioritize content longer than 10 minutes.
Okay.
We want high retention time. And what they were thinking was, if that's what Netflix has, we'll copy the metrics of Netflix and prioritize it in our algorithm. And guess what they got? Children's music singing while Hitler danced and did kung fu with the Incredible Hulk, while a dude sang into a $2 headset instead of a microphone, and it sounds like that.
Oh my goodness.
You can Google these things and you can see these videos. I'm not kidding. So what ended up happening was the algorithms gave YouTube exactly what they asked for.
Exactly.
The retention time was so high because babies can't change the channel. That's why it was nursery rhymes. They used keywords that were shocking and enticing and exciting.
Yeah.
So the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Elsa, Hitler, whatever.
Yeah,
Skeletons, Tai
anything
Chi.
that worked.
And so they found the holes in the algorithm, and the YouTube algorithm turned around and gave them everything they asked for. They thought they asked for Game of Thrones, and they got the Incredible Hulk doing Tai Chi with a skeleton in a bikini singing nursery rhymes. And that's what's scary about this. Those videos are still up. You can Google them.
I talk about
it's creepy stuff. It's funny though. It's really funny. I show people all the time.
Maybe I should just watch it.
And they're like, but here's what's really crazy.
Like.
Here's what gets scarier. We're adults.
Mm-hmm.
So when we see this freaky video, we're like, I know that's insane.
Yeah.
But what if you're a baby? You think it's normal. What about when these systems do the exact same thing with adult content you can't tell is crazy? So what ended up happening was Facebook prioritized, content that got clicked the most. Guess what ended up happening? There was a website that did nothing but police brutality videos that became a global top 400 website. Wow. Like one of the biggest websites in the world, making millions of dollars because these videos got clicks by shocking people.
Yeah.
Facebook asked for engaging content, and it drove people into political madness.
Yeah.
Where they lived in a world where every day they saw 10 videos of police brutality, and they thought the whole system was like evil cops marching.
Yeah.
Like
all cops must be evil then.
Yep.
Because this is
and
all
they believe
I see.
And they believe it.
Yeah.
And it's partly why everything's gone nuts politically.
Yeah.
Because while we can look to the videos from that the babies watched and say that's nuts, the adults can't tell the difference when they get real world content and it's smashed in their face.
Here,
so let's jump back.
Let me read this. It says here, the most alarming example is one that affects billions of people. YouTube, aiming to maximize viewing time, deploys AI-based content recommendation algorithms. So 2 years ago, computer scientists and users began noticing that YouTube's algorithms seem to achieve its goal by recommend increasingly extreme and conspiratorial content. One researcher reported that after she viewed footage of Donald Trump campaign rallies, YouTube next offered her videos featuring white supremacist rants, Holocaust denials, and other disturbing content. The algorithms upping the ante approach went beyond politics, she said. Videos about veganism led to videos about vegetarianism led to videos about veganism. Videos about jogging led to videos about running ultra marathons. And as a result, research suggests YouTube algorithm has been helping polarize and radicalize people and spread misinformation just to keep us watching. If I were planning things out, I would probably not have made the first test case of how we are going to roll out this technology as a massive scale, says Dylan Hadfield Meenal, an AI researcher at the University of California, Berkeley.
And guess what?
Man.
That's all fake.
Is it?
Yep. I've done
Explain.
So,
well, I know you know all about this stuff. So.
First, let me ask you a question. How does YouTube know how does the algorithm know the difference between vegetarian and vegan?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Did YouTube program, exclude word animal product, exclude word milk? Did the algorithm?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. But
so,
it does kind of make sense, though. It's like
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
So here's what ended up happening.
There
was more recent research has been done on this because all of these news outlets started claiming that there was a radicalization engine.
Right. Which is basically what this would be.
Okay, so if vegetarian leads to veganism, have you ever seen here's my favorite example. Have you ever seen a Superman cultist?
No.
Like a bunch of people dress up like Superman and go around chanting, truth, justice, and the American way over and over again?
No, but I kind of want it to be a thing.
But why not? Why?
I bet it's a thing.
But why does one thing lead to extremism, but you don't end up seeing, some of the biggest content is video games?
Yeah.
Do you see people dressing up in like full Destiny costumes, running around thinking they're actually...
No, it's all Minecraft
Guardians?
And Fortnite.
Where are the Minecraft extremists? Why is the most prominent content not radicalizing people? It's because what ends up happening is the latest research on this. So first, it's important to say there is a problem with the AI that YouTube has programmed.
Okay.
It's not radicalizing people. It's creating weird content.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense.
So what you end up seeing is not radicalization. You end up seeing the Incredible Hulk dancing with a skeleton.
Yeah. Weird
The research shows
hitting the clicks.
That what really happened, and this is what's really funny, is that YouTube recommend. So first of all, what I find hilarious is that you ever see somebody post on social media where they're like, "Stop sending me, ads for gay porn."
No.
So like it's a common meme where someone will be like, "I can't believe these ads are popping up on Facebook," and people are like, "Those are targeted ads to people who are gay." You know what I mean? Like by showing a targeted ad, they're revealing that they were targeted for a reason. The YouTube algorithm doesn't understand the concept of radicalization. If you search for Donald Trump, you're just as likely to get Trump sucks or Trump's awesome. You have to choose which one you want to watch. But you're also just as likely to get Trump rally.
Wouldn't it just roll? Don't they just roll over to the next video? Like it'll continue playing the next whatever. Yeah. So how do you know?
It's random.
Oh,
so listen.
Is it?
How does YouTube know the difference between someone saying good things about immigration and bad things about immigration?
Great question. I don't know.
They don't. So how does it make sense that YouTube could radicalize you if a progressive is going to say immigration is good and someone's going to say immigration is bad? Well, YouTube has to autoplay one of those videos.
If more people are clicking out there in the world that immigration's bad, then wouldn't that algorithm assume that that's the more viewed thing and that's what they'll suggest?
Potentially, yeah. But what actually ends up happening is the autoplay is random based on keywords and retention rates and things like that. Mm-hmm. So what actually ended up happening was there are certain people with certain views that are ostracized by the mainstream. So they found a place to talk about what they care about on YouTube, creating a large pool that branches off into its own unique space.
Okay.
These activists who work in media, who are subject to the exact same algorithmic problems, are confused as to why when they watch videos about Trump, they start seeing a bunch of things they don't like.
Yeah.
But it's because they're clicking on them.
Right.
The actual latest research out of Penn State and Berkeley shows you have to choose. You have to choose. The audience member has to decide they want to, because even with the autoplay, they got rid of all of this, by the way. So what's happening now is YouTube literally did create a polarization engine. Okay. This is what's really funny. This is the backfire of the AI. In response to fake news written by these news organizations about how AI was radicalizing people, and it's not true.
Okay.
YouTube then changed it so that people would be pushed to MSNBC or Fox News. And that literally started radicalizing people. So there are progressive channels.
Yeah.
And they're pushed to Fox News. How does it make sense?
Fox is progressive?
No. Exactly. That's the point.
Oh.
You could be a progressive or like a politically neutral individual who watches a political video and then they start putting Fox News all down your throat. And so I've actually complained about this. I'm like, why is it that, I have a moderate opinion?
Yeah.
You would send my audience members to Fox News.
Yeah, that makes
like you've
sense.
Literally, in response to fake news about radicalization engines, created one.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
But because now they're literally pushing everybody to one extreme or the other. Now, I get it. Fox News and MSNBC are not the extremes to a certain degree.
Right.
But that's literally what ended up happening.
So what? This is kind of happening now.
It's kind of
in a sense,
right?
Yeah.
So the best example is Jimmy Dore.
Okay.
Jimmy Dore is. I don't want to. I'm not saying this as a. I don't want to. Tell Jimmy what his politics are, but he's a pro Bernie.
Okay.
Pretty social. I think he's a socialist. Okay. I'm not saying that. I think Jimmy's an awesome guy. So if I'm wrong, Jimmy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Call you a socialist if you weren't, but if you were, I don't know. He's a Bernie supporter. Okay. But he has very similar opinions to me in terms of like the establishment media and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're sending his viewers to Fox News. Yeah, and that's actually I would call that radicalization, but it's actually proof that YouTube technically there isn't one.
Do you think Fox paid YouTube to get that? To get that newfound?
No, ABC News got downranked. So you're less likely to get sent there.
Okay.
And for some reason, I think YouTube decided, you know what? All politics, how about we just make it all go to Fox and MSNBC because no one ever complains about them.
Is that true?
A safer, not really.
Okay.
But the point is, if you make a video about the, a flat earth or whatever, then these journalists smear YouTube and attack YouTube. So then YouTube says, just send them to Fox News.
Oh, okay.
You can't complain about that. That's been around for a couple decades, several decades. Same thing with MSNBC.
But they're not talking about flat earther stuff.
No, they're mainstream.
Right.
So then the problem is they blanket swept everyone up into this algorithm to funnel everyone to Fox News and MSNBC. And that literally is polarizing people.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just so insane, man. But anyway, what they're suggesting has a fundamental flaw in it, right? Like I explained, the AI does this. What they're missing, though, is the algorithm isn't programmed to understand the difference between veganism and vegetarianism.
Right.
Those differences are kind of subtle and nuanced. Like does it have whey? How would the algorithm know if the candy bar you're eating actually had whey or had soy protein?
Right, exactly.
Unless someone explicitly said, like how it's possible. It's entirely possible. But the problem I always have with it is, whenever it comes to these extremists, they never talk about anything, in terms of actual. What it really does is gives you more of what you already asked for. If you ask for veganism, you'll get tons of veganism.
Yeah. It's true.
It's so the other argument should be the same. Why couldn't they say if you search for vegetarianism, you get sent carnitarianism?
Is there a way you can set it so that it doesn't remember anything you search?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I would like that because I want the other side of the coin. I want to research and read all the papers. Not just like the proven vegan stuff. Like I don't even want to talk about this stuff anymore. But it's I want to be able to cancel the algorithm. Yeah, so I would love that if there was like a clean slate.
We need to do that. There was
I'd have to make a new YouTube account basically, right?
Incognito mode, but even that still tracks like your IP data and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There was I think it was a Republican senator who proposed a law that social media companies would be forced to default you to an algorithm-less view of content.
Dope. That's great.
Yep. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show every Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., sometimes an hour or two. And we do have a full live recorded version of the show that includes a lot of comments and smaller segments you probably don't see. If you want to check that out, you can watch live at 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, or become a member of this channel. And for $5 a month, you get full access to all of the recorded podcasts. Every day after the show, we make them available in the community section of this YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe and stick around for more segments and more shows Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all in the next show.